So, good morning all. My name is Sudarshan from BSc Bed Physics, Central University of Kerala. Today we are gonna discuss about class 9th, 10th chapter energy and work. So, basically we'll discuss about kinetic and potential energy and the definition like learning objectives. Okay, I can define kinetic and potential energy for you. I can identify kinetic and potential energy, and also after the class you also can identify kinetic and potential energy. I can give examples of the two forms of energy. I can explain how one can transfer to another, means how kinetic energy will transfer to potential energy and vice versa. So discuss about before discussing about energy, we should know how that energy will come. So basic concept work. What is work? So the product of distance and the force in the direction an object moves. So simply you can say that work equals to product of force and direction, F into D, right? Yeah. Definition of energy. So we got to know about work. So if work is there, then energy should be also there. So the ability or capacity to do work is energy. Energy measured by the capability of doing work, that is called potential energy. The conversion of this capability to motion is kinetic energy. We will discuss about it like in other slides. So what is energy? So the ability to cause change, the ability to change, the ability to cause change is think about things that have energy in them, like all those things can make something do something. It's what cause change in everything. Nothing changes without some energy causing it. So we'll discuss. There are there are two types of energy. There are two types of energy. One one is kinetic energy and second is potential energy. So how is all energy divided? So all energy equals to potential energy, kinetic energy, potential energy in rest, kinetic energy in motion. So and potential energy again divided into two parts, that is gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. So simply you can see gravitational potential energy means gravity will be in use. Gravitational potential means gravity will be in use. Okay. So potential energy that is stored due to position or shape, it is stored energy. So as I already told, potential energy is a stored energy. So there are two types of potential energy, just I told, gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy, it is called because gravity will be in use. So like, so potential energy, gravitational potential energy formula, see this formula: potential energy that depends upon an object's height above a reference point, like potential energy equals to mgh. M for mass, G for gravity, and H for height, right? So this is the object's mass multiplied by Earth's gravitational pull is equal to G 9.8, or you can always take it 10 for easy calculation, multiplied by the height, that is h. Objects can fall. So you got to know about gravitational potential energy. So I will ask you something, okay? So here it is. See, units is very important, it will come in your exam. So g equals to acceleration due to gravity, its unit will be meter per second per second. So meter per second square, you can also tell. H equals to height, it will be in meter. Mass equals to in kilogram. Gravitational potential. I told you I will ask a question. Okay, there is a simple question. See, there is a bookshelf. Books on shelf have gravitational potential energy because everyone is having on Earth. Then it will have gravitational potential energy. So, which book have most gravitational potential energy and why? Got it right? I will tell you this. See, as we already know, it will it will depend on mass and height. So here the book whose mass and height is above, like most, his gravitational potential energy will be high. So here a man and his cell phone are on ledge outside a very tall building. So which will be, like, if they will fail, which will fall first? Same formula. The, for the man will fall first. So what does potential energy dependent on, how does it affect potential energy? We already solved. Height, the higher the object, the more potential energy. Mass, the greater the mass of the object, the more potential energy it has. Potential energy depends on both mass and height. You already talked about that. So example of gravitational potential energy. See, water at the top of waterfall. See, stores energy. Water at the top of waterfall. And you have also seen yo-yo, right? Yeah, this is a reference for yo-yo. Stores energy because of position. It will be here like this, then it will be storing energy. If you use it, the, if you use it, then it will not have that potential energy. It will be having kinetic energy. We will be discussing later. So electrical potential energy, we already told potential energy has two types: gravitational and elastic potential energy. The potential energy of an object that is stretched. You have everyone have seen rubber band, right? If you stretch it, then it will also have some elastic potential energy. See, stretching a rubber band. You have seen this, right? Drawing a bow also stores energy because of position. If you, it is like this, if you release it, then the energy will be kinetic energy. So the bow has energy because work has been done to change its shape. The energy of that work is turned into potential energy. When the arrow is released, the potential energy of the bow and string will be transferred to the arrow, sending it to flying through the air. So elastic potential energy also, compressed or squeezed spring also have potential energy. A spring has energy because work has been done to change its shape. Just like the bow, the energy of that work is turned into potential energy. You see this photo. There are two types of potential energy. Potential energy means stored energy. I think you got it. Potential energy means stored energy. So the ball could fall, but it has not yet. This Here it is elastic because bow is stretching a gravitational because that stone is in air. The bow can shoot the arrow, but it is not yet. Likewise, the boulder can fall into, but it has not yet because elastic energy is caused by changing the shape of an object, stretching, bending, pulling, squeezing, etc. Gravitational energy is caused by the force of gravity pulling down an object while the object is being held up. When the position of an object is altered, it creates potential energy. A yo-yo on the table doesn't have potential energy, but when picked up, it alters its position and now it has the ability or potential to do work. A bow doesn't have the capacity to do work unless it's held in elevated position. So potential energy converted into kinetic energy. You see, here the man is standing still. It is in potential energy. If he'll run or do work, then it will be in kinetic energy. When stored energy begins to move, the object transfers from potential energy into kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is the energy of motion or energy in use. Any matter in motion has kinetic energy. There are many forms of kinetic energy. Some forms include electromagnetic like light or radiant, thermal means heat, electrical or mechanical means sound, and acoustic have kinetic energy. Kinetic energy formula: the energy an object has due to its motion, like Ke kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Here m means mass and v for velocity. So its units: kinetic energy will be joule, mass will be kilogram, velocity will be meter per second. So the motion of the liquid is an example of substance with kinetic energy. Ball falling down equals to moment. Moment equal to kinetic energy. Here see, this container is full of red liquid, but hold up, there is a hole. Then gravity pulls out the liquid through the hole, right? So the motion of the liquid is an example of substance with kinetic energy. What is the unit for kinetic and potential unit? Unit equals to joule, named after James Prescott Joule. He discovered the relationship between heat and mechanical work, which led to the law of conservation of energy. This is the derivation you don't need. See, its kinetic energy formula is half mv square. You see, here it is doubled, velocity is doubled, mass is just 1. So the faster the object was, more kinetic energy, and it will heavily, kinetic energy depends on both mass and velocity, but heavily on velocity because it is squared. Which affects kinetic energy more, mass and velocity? I just told you. Got it right? Yeah, you are thinking absolutely right. Velocity has more of an effect on kinetic energy because the velocity is squared. So here see, shooting a rubber band, water falling from the wheel, a yo-yo in motion, releasing the arrow from the bow. Everything has a kinetic energy because it is motion. Potential energy. See here, the ferry is in steel, so its potential energy. The roller coaster has potential energy at the top of hill because till now it is in, but it has kinetic energy when it reels down the hill. When it will be coming down, then it will have kinetic energy, like that. There is a rocket, lot of potential energy, but when it will fly, The rocket has kinetic energy when its fuel is lit and it flies through the air. So, if it is in still or no motion, then it's potential energy. If it will do motion, then it will be kinetic energy. Here you show this is potential energy. Energy stored in readiness. Most potential is upper side. As a basketball players throws the ball into the air, various energy takes place. See here, if the maximum potential energy will be maximum height, and maximum kinetic energy will be lowest height, because here the work is being done. Here it is in steel. So we'll just discuss about what we have learned by the con of theory of coin. Example using a coin. See, holding a coin in your hand alters the coin's original position. The coin the coin has potential energy because it has ability to do work. Dropping the coin in the bank changes the stored energy into motion. So this transfer the energy from potential energy to kinetic energy. Big adage. Two main types of energy, kinetic and potential. Kinetic energy is energy of motion and depends on mass and velocity. The potential energy is stored energy. Potential energy has two types of, like gravitational and elastic. Gravitational potential energy depends on mass and height. So for, for today's class, this is, we'll talk about more in later coming classes. Till that, thank you. And I have attached the class notes and also quiz for your easy understanding. Thank you.